gosh, I wish they were with me today as well. But soon they will be. I'll have our whole legacy. This is what it's about. It's about family. This is why we do what we do. So, okay, there we go. So, what you're seeing here, let's go ahead and I'm going to walk you off the stage. We're just going to do this together. Okay, thank you, Jelena. All right, beautiful. Thank you. So, the first thing I want to start off is you want to. Thank you. Hey, look, that one isn't too far from the tree. This is my dad, Eli Davish. And we've been doing this for 18 years. But before I start, again, I want to show some recognition, right? And I want to show some appreciation to Mr. Ashuro. Because he's the one that has made all this possible. He was inspired by the Creator himself. And if for those of you who don't know, your trust needs to be in. And the word trust, if you actually understand, the trust itself is one of God's names. It's Allah. And so when we put our trust in others, and put our trust in the Most High, right, then He will guide us. And my wife always reminds me every single day, because my wife she's the light to my business, she's the light to my life. Right? None of this wouldn't be possible if she wasn't representing with me, here today as the past 8 years. 8 years. So I'm very blessed. And you have to understand something on where I came from and where the Davish family came from. We've been doing this for 18 years. Yes, we have one of the largest organizations in the world, close to 300,000 people, over 20 positions, from -6 to -5, multiple -4s and -3s and 6A2s and -2s. It's amazing. It's a dynasty that we've created for ourselves. We've created for our family. Because that's what it's about. And so, as my family came here, and we're looking for another way, and as each and every single one of you that are actually wanting to have the lifestyle of Life by Design or a paid vacation lifestyle, the only way to achieve that is you have to invest in yourself and you have to invest in others. You have to build that relationship when you're connecting with people so they can understand what it is that you want to share with them. It all starts with the relationship with the Most High, the relationship with yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to appreciate yourself, right? You got to push yourself forward. You got to motivate yourself, inspire yourself. And the way I do it is by constantly empowering and educating myself with spiritual knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is the foundation. It is the guidance that will help us achieve success in this world and success in the next. Because this is what this life is about. See, all the amazing things that we can obtain in this world, we can't take it with us. Correct? Because it's all left behind. And hopefully you raise your children right so they can appreciate what they've left behind. So, and also the thing is this, we're all links. People don't understand. We're links from our ancestors and we're to our future. So we have a responsibility, we have an accountability to play this role with the pure intention. And pure intention starts within the heart. So there's a science, there's a formula behind that called purification of the heart. And these are things, everything that I'm teaching you right now, these are things that I have learned in the worst state of my life. When I was, people don't know this. People have heard rumors, but trials and tribulations are nothing but character building days. And some of my hardest trials and tribulations of my life were in the earlier times of my life. I'm 44 years young, right? Every day, I'm still snowboarding, I'm still living the life. But in my earliest stages of my life, when most were going to high school, I was actually on my way to being incarcerated for 10 years. So I never got to graduate high school, didn't get my GED, but during the hardest times of my life, incarceration, we're literally fighting for my life every single day. Didn't know if I was going to spend the rest of my life incarcerated because I was literally seeing death every single day from people wanting to harm me to the environment, to the society. But what I did is I took that negativity, and I didn't understand this until one day a lifer walked up to me, and the lifer said to me, he said, man, you're not even, the expression that's on your face, what you're radiating, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to make it. You're probably going to spend the rest of your life in here. And I didn't even know that. I was just kind of like standing by myself and I was silent, but he could see the expression, right? He could see what was going on internally. And he said, what's going on? I said, oh, I'm having issues with my ex-wife on the outs. And he said, well, settle that all back down. You can't control externally what's happening around you. You can only control internally and how to respond to the environment of what's going on around you. And that's one thing I learned, and what it is, it's patience. Patience is that key. So yes, we can't change what's happening around us, but we can change eternally on how we respond to these situations in our life. And we can take a negative and we can turn it into a positive. And what I did for those 10 years is I developed and I worked on myself. And what's so funny is, what profession are we in? The profession of self-development. So I've been doing this for a very, very, very long time, and I've been holding on to the foundation and the principles of spiritual knowledge to continue to guide me, to give me the discipline that I didn't even know what was embarked on me. See, God, the Creator, was already planning this road for me when I was a young man, not understanding where I was going, what I was doing. But when my trust was in His hands, metaphorically, then I was okay. And when I came home, and I was actually at the time I was suffering from a really bad illness. That's very common when we're incarcerated. It's called valley fever. It's a fungus that's attached to your lung and your spine. So immediately when I came home, my father, what did he do? 9.5. He had just gotten to an age probably 6 months before I did. And he's like, you gotta drink this. You gotta try this. And right away, what is water? Water is the best charity you can give. Water is the medicine spoken of in spiritual knowledge. And he's given me the best water that we have. Actually, the second best water on the planet. It's a representation of the God springs in Mecca and Zamzam, in Lourdes, France, and Northern Germany, and Delhi, India, where this active hydrogen water naturally comes up from the ground. And I didn't really even know that this is what we had in our house. Immediately, he's starting to share this with me, and I'm starting to feel and see the difference, physically and internally. And as I started to drink this and share this, he starts to share with me this amazing opportunity in the world of entrepreneurship. So when I connect with people in the outside world and how I recruit, first I have to educate them on what it is that I'm going to embark and share with them. I really tell you, you're going to go through a transformation, physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. You just need to trust me. And I'm very transparent, I'm very open. And I let them know exactly by first giving them a glass of water, just like my father gave me that glass of water. And as they start to physically, internally embody how the water reacts to them and how it brings back to life, they go, man, I feel amazing. Then from there I say, listen, how would you like to live your life as a paid vacation, where all you need to do is serve humanity? It's the best way to serve the Creator's way. Serve the humanity. And then you're going to get rewarded for it. And you get thank you checks. And then I show them the results. I show them the potential of what can be possible. Like how every one of you today and yesterday have seen from the leaders that have been on stage, where leading by example. We've been doing this for 18 years on stage, showing that it's possible, that it can be achieved. All you have to do is believe. And this right here is the pinnacle of your success. The only way that you're going to get to the top and continue to get to the top is you've got to constantly cultivate and work on your belief. And what is belief? Belief is faith. Mm-hmm. And what is the definition of faith? Safety and security. What does the world suffer from? Half the time they're depressed, anxiety, stressed, overworked, tired, burnt out. They have no hope. They're feeling like, what can I do? What can I do next? It's that internal faith and belief that something is better. So we pray upon it. And so what we do is we need to be the servants to provide the solution, to help others achieve the ability to have great belief and faith within themselves and in this opportunity in Enagic. That's why we bring them in the ecosystem of Enagic. And it's still just the beginning. 2 million machines sold? Maybe 500,000 distributors around the world probably. This is just the beginning. 8 billion people on the planet. Every single one of you are the ones who are going to liberate every single human on the planet. From now to the beginning. Every single one of you will be on stage, hitting the ranks, -2, -3, -4, -5. And you may hear the rank is not important. The rank is the goal. If you look at what I placed around the belief system, it's the goal. But first what we have to do is we have to apply the vision, and we have to apply the certainty, not just within ourselves, within our family, within every person that we connect with. We have to help them shorten the learning curve. Because for those people that are here today, they're experiencing it.
Где хотите сидеть? Там? Где хотите сидеть? Ой, я думала, вы хотите там сидеть.
Well, how can you share that? What you need to do is you need to, first of all, every one of you right now should be having your phones out recording. That's number one. Recording content for yourself, for sharing it on social media, a platform that wasn't around when we started. You heard Roman Madera, he said, what he would do different? Roman, we didn't have that 20 years ago. all we had was that belly-to-belly, that human connection, and shaking hands and making friends. Thank God technology is catching up to help us share our vision, share our mission faster. That's why people are hitting brakes faster. It's because they're utilizing the tools that are necessary to be able to build quicker and faster and scale their business. The second biggest way is events. This is an event business. It's mandatory. So yes, give yourself a round of applause for showing up. That's number one. That's number one. Every single time. Sometimes they say, oh, I don't need the event, but the event needs you. The event needs you. I was the Daffish family, we were walking, talking events. I had a demo equipment in the back of my car, I had an SD501K8 in the back of my car, I was doing events. How do you think the leaders on stage, when they're telling the story, where do you think they're learning this from? It was the leaders that were leading by example. We were paving the way, doing demos every single day, connecting with humans every single day, whether it's online or offline. You need to be connecting and interacting and showing people that this is the solution to their answers. This is it. And there's no other way. This is in line with how God wants us to serve humanity. It really, really is. We're representing a life force. So when I hear Jillian on stage talking about water is life and that tension starts from the heart, she's absolutely true. Absolutely true. There's a spiritual science behind what it is that we are doing. It's not something that we're just coming up with and speaking about. This is actually all being proven in the spiritual knowledge for thousands of years. We just need to educate ourselves, empower ourselves, so we can apply this and we can share this with others so they can understand what they need to do. And it's simple. It's not rocket science. You just need to put in the action. You have to have persistence. You have to have consistency. You have to have conviction, certainty, passion behind what you do. It's that energy. Because at the end of the day, what should we just come on? Time, love, and energy. Where are you going to spend that time? Wasting it away? This is how I talk to people. I connect with them. Letting them know what else are you doing right now at this moment. Working that JOB. There's nothing wrong with a JOB, but sometimes it's just overbroke. It's not doing enough. But I let them know, don't make this your full-time. Allow yourself to do this alongside what you're doing. Because the more value you have to give to others, the more value you're going to receive in return. This is what we do 24 hours a day as we're building communities and we're building culture all around the world, from all of Europe to France to our teams expand globally. And did you think that I was able to achieve that? Did you think my father thought to himself as a Palestinian immigrant to the U.S. that we were going to be able to make it possible? This is showing gratitude to our ancestors, to the family members who struggled and were able to come and make a better way in the U.S. Or to make a better way in India or Europe or the Middle East or wherever it is that you reside. Enagic is global. It is global. All you have to do is share that glass of water. All you have to do is connect with them.
Share the glass of water.
When I meet somebody, you know the first thing I do? I say, we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a health, wellness, water celebration in your home. You're going to invite your friends and your family members. And you're going to have something so amazing to share with you that happens to do the representation of the epitome of health and wealth. We all love health and wealth, correct? So invite your loved ones to the house. You're going to bring me on. And you're just going to be the host. And this is for people that live locally. Or even offline, right? And I do the first events. You have to understand why events are so important.
Екатерина, я слушаю.
They are my apprentices. I'm showing them firsthand exactly what they need to do and how to do it organization and how to educate and show the value and the power of the water and the opportunity. And then we do it consistently, because consistent, persistent efforts over a period of time do what? They produce results. Then that 1A becomes the 2A, the 3A, the 4A, and it works. If they're too far for me to travel, technology, Zoom. But I'm constantly, every single day, either helping somebody with an event or I'm closing sales. I just want my teams to do what? For those of you that are 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, whatever, 5A, your job really is just to pique an interest. Make a friend. Put them in front of the documentation, the videos, the exposures, because documentation beats conversation. Once they're pre-qualified, then you get them in front of someone who's your mentor. And I love how Mike and Darren shared that. The word upline, downline, absolutely correct. We don't use that, it's mentor. Right? And you get in front of that credibility, because why? We have the vision, we have the experience. And we have the expertise and the professionalism to show people this is the solution all day long. And I don't mind building up my leaders, putting hundreds of sales in my team's organizations. If I'm a master recruiter, that's great, but I can't manage it all. So what do? Leaders building leaders. I build my teams up to help them, show them how they can be the best representation of Enagic and of themselves, because you are Enagic. For those of you that are a part of a team, that's great, but at the end of the day, you are a representation of Mr. Oshiro. You are Enagic. That's one thing that you need to truly embody and understand. And then when someone says to you, what do you do? Of course I say, yeah, I'm semi-retired. Right? Because I just want to let them know, this is it. I'm going to change your life. You're not going to pitch me, I'm going to change your life. God brought you in front of me, and I'm going to show you the way. And I'll say, what do you do? They'll say, what do you do? I say, have you ever heard of alkaline water? They say, oh, actually, yeah, I have. I love this stuff. And I say, you're welcome. They say, what do you mean? I say, it was me and my family and our company, the ones that paved the way and brought this movement and this technology to you guys. If they haven't heard it, I'm going to say, you need to try it. It's going to brighten your life. It's going to walk you through an experience where you're going to go from a caterpillar to a cocoon to a butterfly. You're like Red Bull, you're going to grow wings. Right? These are the things that I share and that I express with people because I want to empower them. This is the idea, because you have to understand something. Everything I do, we have a saying where I come from. It's called fi sabilillah. It's for the cause of God. Everything I do, from connecting with someone, to my work, to my health, to my family, to my children, because it's all about preparation, to preparing ourselves to meet our Creator, correct? This is why, alhamdulillah, all praise be to God. This is why we do what we do, right? So, and this is the best charity, the best gift, and you will get rewarded if you are coachable. What I find in our organizations, a lot of times when people don't succeed, they try to reinvent the wheel. What are you trying to reinvent? If the wheel's already been established, all you need to do is be coachable and duplicate the formula. And like you've heard, there's many ways to do this business. But for me, I like to master them all. Master all the ways of how to share water, how to do a presentation, how to invite, how to do three ways. If you're not three-way, you're not making money. If you're not mastering the follow-up, you're losing. Because the fortune's in the follow-up. These are basics that you need to master, these principles. And we have the educational platforms. Every single leader that you've seen on stage, every single one of them has their own special, unique formula, but it's all similar. It's all showing you how to master the basics, bring them in fold of the community so people can see results from others that are achieving the success, so they can begin to what? To believe that it's possible. To believe that it works. It's simple. But you just need to care. And the more you care, and the more you love, and the more that you show appreciation, and the more that you show gratitude, and the more that you're accessible, and the more that you're available to every single human being that you meet, from your team members, from the 1As all the way up. Right now, I've got people texting me that are asking their teams, and they're deep in my organization. I wasn't able to show up. Please make sure they're doing Facebook Live. By the way, on Friday, can I use you for a three-way call? I run with the runners. That's what you need to do. I don't care where they are. I don't care where they're says what you need to do is take off running. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and fix it. But if you're not taking action, opportunity is going to continue to pass you by. That is what I see. People aren't taking enough action. If you don't think you're working hard enough, guess what? You're not. Plain and simple. For those of you that see some of the leaders on stage, the only difference is we're probably outworking everybody else. Right? So I tell people this. Use the same principles. Have you worked a job 60 hours a week, every single day, 8 hours a day or more, all week, all weekend, overtime? You've done that before, correct? Well, yeah, you hated it, correct? You just apply the same thing to this. Show the same dedication to this. But this time you're going to love it because you don't have a boss. You know your boss. You don't have to report to a certain location. You just have to get out of bed and say, this is my office. Wake up when you want to, go to sleep when you want to, travel when you want to. If you got a phone, you got a laptop, you can work your business anywhere around the world. This is what's so attractive of what we do in this industry, in this profession. And this industry is the best industry and profession in the world. But eMagic is the best company in this profession. I love you. You got to get on stage and walk, Bubba. Just stand by me. Right? This is how you do it. It's my apprentice right here. Right? We do that's the water. Oh my. You see, you have to understand something. I trust God. I trust myself. I trust my family. And that means I can eventually trust the whole world because every single one of you in the whole world are my extended family members. And what I want to do, the reason why I say that is because I'm going to be his main teacher. I'm going to empower him with the education because I know what it's like to grow up with parents who worked all day, every single day, and were not home. Where the environment was the one that raised me. I was a product of my environment. And what did society, what did the schools do for me? For some of you, it was a success, but for me, it wasn't. And that's what led me down that road. So for me, I'm very overprotective of my, he's going to be glued to my leg until marriage. Seriously. Because for me to think about, I'm going to send them off to school, I get anxiety. Because I don't know if I trust that environment enough. I don't know if they cultivate the same beliefs as what I believe in. But this is the thing. If you're enslaved to a trade and you're tied to a 9 to 5 and you can't have the ability to be there for your children, then you're neglecting. I think Balaj made a post the other day talking about something that had to do with parenting. Failed parenting had to do with lack of being able to be there for your children. 100% sure. But that's not our fault. That's not necessarily your fault. It's the way the society is running. They don't want a nation full of entrepreneurs. They want a nation full of worker bees. That's what it's designed for. So that's why we have to liberate and inspire every human being that's caught in that rat race and that don't have their time is stripped. We have to say, let me help you buy back your time. And the only way you can buy back your time is through passive leveraged income. It's the only way. But how are you going to do that? You got to love on somebody. You got to hug somebody. You got to say, look, I believe in you. I trust. I want you to put our trust in the Creator. You don't have to trust in me, but trust God. I trust God. And when you do that, you will build the leaders in your organization. They need to love you. And you have to cultivate the belief. Because I've seen leaders 10, 15 sales away from Dash 3 and they walked away. Why? They lost their belief. They lost their faith. They lost their appreciation. They've lost their gratitude. In eMagic, in the water, something went wrong. So for me, never. Absolutely never, because I remember where I came from. I remember where I suffered. And every day is a reminder of where I'm going as long as I don't give up. I never thought it was possible. Never. When I came home, seriously, when I came home, and my father's telling me, hey son, all you gotta do is make a friend introduce her to me. I'm like, I have no friends. I've been gone for 10 years. And I didn't think it was possible. I didn't even think 3A, 2A was possible. But I started drinking the water. I started making friends. I started sharing it with family members, right? And before I knew it, my team started growing. Hitting 6A within 10 months, 6A2 another 6 months later. Then it was -2, and -3, -4. And then my father showing me the strategy of multiple positions and maximizing comp plan and working every single angle and working it from online to offline, working together as a team, as a family. Why? Because family is what we love the most. God and family, that's it. And if you secure your love, if you secure yourself with this opportunity and with Enagic, you'll be able to build legends and leaders in your legacy, because you'll be able to help cultivate them so they can duplicate within their children. This is what it's about. This is how we make the world a better place. It starts with ourselves, then it starts with our children. One family at a time. This is what business software is. Nothing else matters. Materialism, like I said before, doesn't matter. This is the only thing that matters. And I'm going to tell you something. There's certain things that we can do in this world right now that will actually give us the good deeds in the afterlife. One of them is charity, giving water away. That's one. That's number one, right? Number two is raising righteous children, right? So they can actually walk in your footsteps for generations down. And walking towards getting closer and getting their relationship closer to the Creator, and praying and supplicating and serving humanity, building organizations that are uplifting humanity, like Enagic, like Mr. Oshiro. He's building schools. Like leaders in the organization are building churches, they're building masjids, they're building temples. We are the superhumans of humanity. This is what you have to embrace. This is who you are. And even though you may not think it's possible, it is. Just believe. Just believe and have faith. And know that you have to be the best leader possible. You have to master this. This is actually what I did from the very, very beginning. Is I mastered. I mastered this. As a 1A, doing presentations and doing numbers. So it's all about education. It's all about helping people understand what they need to do to be able to launch their business very, very quickly. Success loves speed. It's about taking action and not hesitating and not waiting. You don't have tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised to you. Yesterday is a canceled check. All you have is now. Now is all you have. So what are you going to do now, today, to take your business, to take your life to the next level? It is that power of intention within your heart, within yourself, that is going to fuel you to get to where you want to be. Plain and simple. There's no other way. So I want to let you guys know today that you never want to ever quit. You never want to have any type of negativity into yourself. Or you never want to express any type of negativity. Let me tell you something. There's lessons sometimes in difficult situations that you need to learn. And that difficulty is going to help shape your character and shape who you are. Because you are the mirror, you are the image, you are Mr. Oshiro. You are Enagic. And that's what you need to walk with today, is knowing that and embracing that. So when you meet someone, they see that light. They see that radiation that you're expressing, that you're sharing and showing. And you need to put in the work, and you need to build and move your leaders into action. My team will get, and I'm trying to tell you, when I see slow production in my organization, we're doing an event. I'm doing a call. I'm moving you to action. Seriously, that's how it's done. If you're a leader, that's your responsibility, is moving your team into action. It's about helping them have production in their life, within their business. Because a lot of times, the beginners don't know what to do. You have to show them, so you have to have a regimen. You have to have a routine. You have to have goals set in place. You have to have the vision laid out from the beginning, and you have to have constant contact with them every single day. And the leaders that you see on stage that are at the top is because they're working it the way they need to work it. They're working it correctly. Every single day, they're connecting with their teams, with other people, and they're showing that it's possible. Okay? Even though I never thought it was, it's possible. I love you all. I pray